Well, hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and of course I didn't get my wire set there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm good. Now I'm good. We good now. So what's up, everybody? See that absolutely nobody is in the chat waiting for me, because what do you call? I have deduced that when you post something, never mind. Matrix is in there waiting for me. Of course, I couldn't see the Matrix. Little did I realize the Matrix is all around me. What's going on, everybody? Chillmonger. Chillmonger, I actually just saw your YouTube channel. I saw one of your videos yesterday. I didn't realize you had a, or maybe I forgot. I forget, but anyway, yeah. Cool. What's going on, dude? Yeah. Good luck in your channel. What do you call it? He also reviews comic books and whatnot. So you guys feel free to go check out the Chillmonger. Sabah, what's up? Sorry, Sabah, are you, sorry to ask, are you male or female? Because, actually, I'll explain after you tell me. Subham, what's up? And, Breck, what's going on? Cryptid, what's going on, dude? So, yeah, man. I was a little delayed, but I didn't think anybody's gonna be waiting. I didn't see anybody waiting, because I've noticed that when you post something and then you go live, that's when all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, screw you. We're not notifying anybody. So apparently I was wrong. Anyway, so but you are female. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, my wife actually, what was it? It was last night. I forget what it was though. My wife was looking at some stuff on my, whatever. She was in here with me, like reading some of the stuff, and yours was one of the comments. And she's like, oh, good. You got a bunch of females following you also. I'm like, yeah, I do. Why? Where do you see a female? Because I thought I knew all of the females in my day. And she's like, Sabah, right there. I was like, you know, Dad, Sabah's a female name. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. My bad. Because she was raised in Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, she's not Saudi, but she was raised in Saudi. So, yeah, she knows culture, the history, the names. Me, I'm just like you introduced. I knew a guy named Mesa. And he's like, oh, it's a female name. I was like, Mesa's a female name? So why'd your mom give you a female name? I don't know. Why did women in America give guys a name like Leslie? I don't know. I'm like, okay, good point. I'll give you that. But what do you call it? Anyway, so yeah. Hi, everybody. So Sabah's here. Sabah's a female name, I think. Sabah, look at you. I know you're Pakistani, so I guess it's a similar thing. Uncle Skeet, what's going on, dude? David Presley, my day's going pretty good. I'm getting a scratch in my throat, and that's bad because I'm a little late because my son just threw up because he's sick. He had a fever, and we were out all day, and he was like, I'm tired. I'm like, we were just in the mall, so like it was weather controlled and everything. He was like, I'm tired. I was like, okay, and what do you want me to do? You want to sit down here? I'll come back for you later. He's like, no. I kept walking because I'm. Sometimes it could seem a little bit mean. I get it, but no, like I come from a very old school, sort of. When I was younger, I remember a couple of times, my father, when he would get home from work, we didn't have a car for a while when I was younger, and we used to have to walk. I think he clocked it at like 1.5 miles. I remember the conversation, and I was 7, so we had to walk, me and my little sister, 1.5 miles to and then from the IGA grocery store when we lived down in Lakehurst, New Jersey. Lakehurst, by the way, yes, is where the Hindenburg went down. So anyway, yeah, that was like a thing. And I remember my sister used to get tired, and my dad would allow her, because she's 3 years younger than me. She was like, oh, if she said she was tired on the way there, he would put her up on her shoulders and he would walk with her for a while. I never got that luxury. But on the way back, we're carrying a whole bunch of groceries. I'm getting the light stuff. She's getting the extra light stuff, if anything, like the bread. And he's carrying all the heavy stuff. So there was no way that he could put her up on the shoulders. So it's like if you wanted rest, it was on the way there, not on the way back. And there was no slowing down. There was no nothing. There was shut up, let's go. That was it. And I kind of grew up with that, sort of school. So in my head, that's the way to go. Anyway, yeah, so he just threw up. Wife still in the process of clean. I just threw him in the shower. Get back in bed. I'll beat you. I will beat you. I will beat you. He knows I won't beat him. But that's why he sat there looking at me smiling. But trying on the new little beaver hat that I just got him today. It's got the little beaver. He looks cute. I can't beat him. Anyhow, anyway, so amongst the places I went to, everybody's going to be like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing, Professor? I'll show you a couple of comic books that I got in a bit, but first, I will show you, I got a couple of nice toys. I got a new Gerber knife. This is full tang, comes with a sheath in the back. This is gorgeous. It's high carbon. It's, part stainless steel, but high carbon content to avoid, it's very strong, and it's got the stainless steel to avoid rusting out in the wilderness and whatnot. But full tang, drop forge, all that good stuff. This is a gorgeous knife, and it's a Gerber. It's a pretty trusted name. What's more than that, I just bought that today, but in the mail I just got recently, because these stores are nowhere near me, I got a more knife. If you guys are not familiar, this is one of the ultimate camping knives. Good for any of your camping needs, whatever, hunting if you need. Somebody asked me today, like, you gonna go? It's that John Wick's knife. That's funny. You gonna go hunting with this? I'm like, what am I gonna do? Take down a freaking bear with a knife? Come on, who do you think I am, Tarzan? No, I'm not gonna go hunting with this thing. I could skin it if I needed to, but I actually don't know how to skin animals. Theoretically, I know how to skin animals. I read books and watched videos, but I've never actually done it with my hands, so I say no, I do not know how to skin an animal. I can skin a fish, but I'll get a fillet knife for that. In the meantime, camping or killing predators, now that I think about it, because if I hear a little behind me, I'm ripping this thing out and I'm whooping somebody's booty. But anyway, yeah, so this is a solid knife. If you guys go and check out the More Knife, More Knife, with no E at the end. But anyway, you go and check that out online. There's a video of some Swedish dudes. They're checking out that knife. They're testing it as hard as they can. And real talk, they actually had to hammer the thing into a tree and step on it and jump on it in order for them to snap this handle. Or not the handle, the blade. So I am extremely excited to pull that puppy out and start playing. A bunch of people are like, oh my god, Professor Bill's a psycho. No, I just really like the outdoors. And although it's supposed to be Silver Surfer, Crom smiles. And although oh dude, no, Subham, if you're actually in Pakistan, dude, they got some of the best knives come from Pakistan. Make no mistake, dude, when I was overseas, we used to get some really good knives from over there, man. That was some gorgeous stuff there. Hey, what's going on, Tim? I just, I just showed my Hawkman knife collection, kind of. They're decent outdoor knives. Whoa, Yeto, you got something better? I ain't bidding. Ain't no bidding on that knife. Anyway, what do I got here? So, I found two interesting comic books while I was out. I found this guy here. It's a Captain Canuck summer special. Oh, anyway, yeah, talking about, Subham is from India, Professor. Oh, from India. I'm sorry. Indian, not Pakistani. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Actually, I know a lot of Indians and Pakistanis would actually take that as an insult, so I apologize deeply. I actually thought you were Pakistani. I didn't see the other thing. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, Captain Canuck, hey, what's up? And then I know not a lot of people outside of Canada care, but look at what else I got. Oh yeah, I can't wait to read. I actually didn't read this yet. I bought this a couple days ago, but it was like the day that the comic books were actually coming out. So I found this in a thrift store, and I can't wait. Mighty Mouse, and featuring their version of Namor, and there's their version of Batman in there, a whole bunch of rip-off characters, and it's gonna be freaking Seymour. His name is Seymour. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fun. Also, you guys may have noticed if you were looking over my shoulder, I just completed my SPDR. I got the Spider-Man. If you guys go and check out my Instagram, actually, this is the stuff I always put on my Instagram. I put out some of the favorite comic books that I do, but I usually I put out my my Marvel Legends figures and my DC Legends figures that I get. I just got a big Barda recently. I'm excited about that, and a Cyborg. But yeah, I just finished this Build-A-Figure, my SPDR. So boom, I got all the figures. The one figure I didn't get from that collection, though, is the Daredevil. The Shadowlands Daredevil in the black suit. I didn't get that figure, but I did get the Build-A-Figure piece. So, yeah, I got all that good stuff. I got my Puma up here. I'm extremely happy. So you guys see my Kingpin. I completed Kingpin up there. And, oh, here he is right over here. I only have Colossus, so I had the head for this guy, but Self-Friend is now complete. Warlock. I now have all of Warlock for 40 bucks Canadian. I bought all the other pieces. I already had the head and the chainsaw hand, the buzzsaw hand, but now I bought the 2 arms, the 2 legs, and the body. So I have, and he is the tallest of the freaking figures that I have. He is awesome. So yeah, I now have, what do you call it? Warlock. Self is going to put this thing back before he falls. Actually, he's probably going to fall now. I've got to set him up the right way. Shoot. So let me lean him back. Put him up there like that. There we go. He'll hang up there with Elektra. Oops. I have 2 of my tomato plants in here in this room. Oh, okay. So let's see what we got. Yeah, Warlock does look amazing. So if you guys go and check out my Instagram, that's where I always post all my new family members, as I call them. So every time I get something new, I'm like, welcome to the family. So do your kids like to play with your figures? Whoa, 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 whoa. Sabah, let's have a conversation here, okay? My kids don't touch my freaking figures. Make no mistake. And I'm not some, simple-minded guy. I have no problem calling them toys. But they're my toys. They're not their toys. They're my toys, okay? Yeah, so, no, I have absolutely no problem with I don't think I showed most of you guys. I showed during a game I was playing. I also got Shazam, so that makes me really happy too. But what do you call it? No, my kids know better than to touch my toys. I have other toys that I play with them, like the Imaginext stuff. I have like the big Power Zord and all that stuff. No, I don't have Polaris and all those figures. Like I said, the only figure that I have from that set is Colossus. I don't have Polaris. I'll eventually get those things loose, but yeah, when they first come out, they're usually too expensive, so I like to just wait, bide my time, and piecemeal the stuff. Like I said, I found everything but the head, which was the one piece that I did have for Warlock, for only $40. And mind you, that's 40 Canadian, so that's like $28 US. Come on, you can't beat, you could try to beat that, but you will fail miserably. Like, that is an awesome price. I knew I just had to wait. So, you went to Gotham Central? You didn't tell me that. No, you went to the, Sue-Ann, what's going on? You went to the, what was it? The sketch duel thing. That's cool. I was thinking about going, but nah, I went shopping instead. I wanted to get a handle on my knives. The Gerber one was, it typically goes for 30 and I got it for 20. So yeah, I was just really excited about getting my hands on another one of those. But I got a few things also. I didn't bring them in. I got a nice 2-person hammock, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to set that up tomorrow. The wife is home tomorrow, so I'm just going to leave her be. I'm going to let her sleep in. I'm going to take the kids. We're going to go out to the park down the street, and I'm going to set up a hammock and a little heavy-duty tarp over top. Keep the sun off of us, and me and the kids, we're just going to chill out in the hammock and just, yeah, relax. Probably bring a Nerf gun in case somebody gets too close. Hey, that's a cool hammock. Yeah, back off, sucker. But, people are leaving. Fine, get out. Talk to you guys later. But, what have you. Oh, and I got another life straw, so I have 3 life straws now. You guys familiar with life straw? These things, I should actually, wonder what my wife is doing, if she can grab the thing for me. Hey babe, you busy? Are you busy? Can you give me the life straw? It's in the bag. Yeah, I'll show you guys the life straw. It's cute. It's like freaking awesome, man. Somebody touched your Funko Hawkman? Oh, that's messed up. Oh, well, thank you very much. So anyway, yeah, this is actually the 3rd one that I own now. They're only 25 bucks Canadian, and that's whether you go to Amazon, Walmart, whatever. They're 25 bucks. But this little thing, you just get the bottom of it wet. You pop off the bottom, pop off the top, and then you can stick this thing, if you need to, in a muddy puddle and you can actually drink, and it will filter out that water for you. It sounds really weird. I know there's a whole bunch of guys who are like, wow, I didn't know Professor Bill was such an outdoorsman. Yes, yes. You got to remember, I was an infantry soldier in the U.S. Army. So, yes, big time. Sue Ann says hi. I don't know if she heard you. So, what have you? Anyway, yeah, it's as weird as it sounds. You can actually, just like the picture shows, and this is real. You go and check out Life Straw. There's a couple of people who do videos. There's this cool. I don't know if he's Spanish. I think he's Argentinian actually. There's this cool dude who usually does his survival videos in Spanish. And but he did a presentation of the Life Straw, and he did it in English, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is awesome, because I know how to purify water by boiling it, by using iodine, or by using what do you call it, bleach, the 8% bleach, or by even using pool shock if necessary. That's a fun one. And I can also what do you call it? I know how to dig up the proper clay, the sand, and the charcoal, or to make the charcoal if I need to, in order to filter the water that way. But either way, yeah, I know how to filter water, so that if I could find water, I can drink that water, as long as it's not like toxic waste in it, then be okay. But this thing, yeah, again, as long as there's no toxic waste in it, you can just, and it's got a little lanyard you could put around your neck, and then just boom, this thing's good for like what does it say here? How long does this thing work for? Removes 99.99999% of bacteria like E. coli and all that crap, protozoa, and it filters up to 4,000 liters. That's 1,000 gallons. 1,000 gallons before you have to throw this thing away and get a new one. And yeah, so I am extremely happy. I got 3 of these suckers. I'm going to keep this one in the car because who knows. But anyway, yeah, it should be taught in school. I 100% agree. Plus the zombie apocalypse. Shut up. Oh, yeah, that's a really great idea, Yeto, to actually promote that in that regard. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, how to purify water. Yes, that's why you never go camping. My wife is actually scared. She's never gone camping before, which is hysterical to me. And meanwhile, I've straight up bivouacked. If you guys aren't familiar with that, I don't know if that's an army term or if that's an outside term, but bivouacking means I don't know if you can call it like a verb, but we're going out on bivouac. Anyway, our bivouac site. It means this is where you're going to go up and you're going to set up your established perimeter or whatever you're going to do, but you're basically going to be camping. And there will be no fire. That's a huge one. That's a huge one. Learning how to stay warm or take care of water, it's extremely hard. You got, being able to purify water without boiling it, really effing hard to do. Like it takes a lot of work. But yeah, all that good stuff. And digging in your own positions, you got to go stealth, so you can't have anything above your, and you usually don't want anything above your waist anyway, but you can't have anything above your waist. Everything has to be stealth. It has to be, you have to give concealment to it, even if there's no cover. You got to put like foliage on it and keep on replacing that foliage as it gets older. Like we'll go out there in training. We went out there for 2 weeks and we just straight, no fires, none whatsoever, not a single hot meal for 2 whole weeks. They were supposed to deliver us hot meals. Like the Army standard is 2 a day. They say they can go as low as 1 a day. I know it sounds mean for anybody who's ever been to prison or something like that, but I'm not joking you when I say it has been established that the prison has consistently more hot meals than the military does. That's not something I'm complaining about. Make absolutely no mistake about it whatsoever. I'd rather be in the military than in prison. That's a rough effing life. But that being said, yeah, going all that time without a hot meal, without a fire, without anything to keep you warm except, having to constantly, filter out your own water and whatnot, because if the supply line dies, what do you do? We this is going to sound kind of mean to somebody, but we call this the whore bath. We have to take what's called a whore bath. So you just wash your hot spots, the armpits, the crotch, and what's behind the crotch. You just wash that stuff, and then later on you will actually find a way to wash other things. You find ways to clean yourself. But yeah, a bivouac, you only use nature, and it's something. one of the things one of the ways that people describe basic training is it's something that the greatest thing you'll ever do in your life that you never want to do again. But no, some of us, we actually loved it so much. So I am totally going out. I love going out and just getting in the woods, getting in touch with nature. I can bivouac, I can straight, bring a tent. One For the first couple of times, maybe just for this year, I'm going to actually bring out a 6-person tent for my wife, for my kids. There's going to be times I go out with just the kids. And then maybe starting next year or the year after, I'll actually start going in there with minimal supplies. Like, yeah, everybody can bring one small backpack, something that you could probably fit on like a fanny pack or something like that. We're not going out there with a lot of stuff. Yes, I look forward to the days when I can actually go out and just, teach my kids to straight live off the land. That is, I know it sounds weird, but like if there's one thing that could get me, one single thing that could get me to just quit comic book university, it would be that I could get so far away from humanity that I don't have an internet signal anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I would straight go off the map. So if comic book university ever just straight disappears one day, make no mistake, it's because I either died or I went off the grid. That's just facts. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about comic books, because why the heck not? You guys talking about Major X, because I got the guy up there. Huge thing going on, man. You guys know I don't collect Deadpool, Spider-Man Deadpool, that thing. But this week, I think it was, issue number 38 came out. Well, guess what? the issue before that, issue number 37, actually apparently had the first appearance of Major X. He was one of the guys falling into the volcano. Now, make no mistake, I went to the comic book store and I looked. I didn't look in excessive detail, and nobody went over and just pointed over my shoulder, hey, dum-dum, right there. But, excuse me, a lot of people swearing, yes, he's actually in the, I'll go and look again this Tuesday. I'll confirm if they actually still have, oh, God, the hiccups, if I still have the book. But, yeah, well, we'll see what's up. Bear Grylls. Now, Bear Grylls is actually kind of phony. He goes out there with a huge camera crew, and he'll see like a cool little stream and stuff like that. Like, all right, guys, set up the cameras all around. I'm going to run through the stream. So about a good 10, 15 minutes or whatever, set this stuff up, and then all of a sudden he'll just run straight through this the stream. There'll be a whole bunch of different angles and whatnot, and then he'll be like, all right, you guys get that? All right, cool, pack up, come on, let's keep on going. He goes out there with a whole bunch of people. He's got a camper with him. He's got all this other stuff. That guy's fake. Go and check out Les Stroud. LES space STROUD. Just Les Stroud. That dude, he doesn't do a whole lot of stuff anymore, because when he does it, like, he almost dies when he goes out there. That dude is straight beast. I love that guy. He'll go out there and be like, yeah, 72 hours, 3 days alone, 100% alone. If, the camera angles and whatnot, you could see he's doing that himself. You don't see shadows of other people anywhere around. And I believe all of his stuff is on YouTube too, but I used to watch him on other channels. That dude is straight beast. Oh, that's one of the earlier interviews that Joe Rogan actually did a long time ago. So definitely check out Les Stroud if you're interested in that. Bear Grylls is jokes. This guy Les Stroud, that's real guy there. But oh wow, there are people center of scandals. Messed up, dude. So what's this? Berserker Unbound? Yes, I will check it out. And the new miniseries by Cullen Bunn and Tyler Crook, Man or Black. I didn't hear about Man or Black, David Presley, but I will check it out, absolutely. One of my favorite obscure Marvel and DC characters. That stuff I gotta think up. Like, I can't just, usually I can't just on the fly. I just put out Danny the Street, though, so that's a good, like for a guy who didn't read a whole lot of Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol, because I was away and there was just no time to read that stuff. I was in the process of multiple moves across the country. I moved a lot. I've lived in a lot of places across the states and across the world. But what do you call it? Yeah, just there are times when I'm like in the process of moving and things like that. There's just no chance. I gotta find comic book stores and stuff, and actually carrying my old comic books. I have lost more comic books than I've ever owned at one time. That's real talk right there, dude. Um, let's see. Oh, anyway, so yeah, the Major X thing. That's fun. I know there's not a lot of people who really like Major X, but at the same time, I wound up getting a bunch of new followers because they're just like, hey, check it out. This guy actually likes Major X. Wow, because there's a lot of people who like Major X, but there's a bunch of other people who come up and they're just like I don't mean to cast a whole lot of shade on everybody out there. Like that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you my comic book channel is the best comic book channel out there. It's absolutely not, and all of that's a matter of perspective. But when you got a bunch of people who just straight up, oh, I don't like Liefeld, he's a sack of crap or whatever, blah blah blah. It's like, dude, that's wow, really? You call yourself a comic book fan? I just don't understand that. How could you not appreciate a major contributor to what comic books was? Like the '90s was Liefeld. You know what I'm saying? The '90s was a lot of things. You can all say it was Gaiman, but the '90s, for the most part, the popular stuff was Liefeld. So how? I don't understand. Do you like Cable? Do you like X Factor? X Force? Because all of that stuff, dude, that was Liefeld. You know, he's the one who went and did all that stuff. So I don't get a lot of that stuff. Mark Guerrero, come on, man, that's not even a question. Marvel Speedsters? Psh, they're not even speedsters compared to the Flash family, so come on now. Yes, exactly, for living off the grid. So that's the thing, David Presley, a lot of people wonder about, they think, it's weird to talk about, like, preppers and things like that. I would call myself a prepper, I guess. I keep a surplus of stuff, but I rotate it out. I don't put stuff in Mylar bags and seal them up in food safe containers and store them away and put, in case of zombies, break seal or something like that, like Sabah was saying on here. I don't do stuff like that. But what I do is I'm low on peanut butter right now. What do I mean? It means besides the one thing of regular and the one thing of organic peanut butter, I've got not even organic peanut butter. What is it? The allergy-free peanut butter, because school can't have nuts, apparently. They're all nuts, but you can't have nuts. They're allergic to nuts. So besides those two things of peanut butter in there, I've only got 3 more backup cans of peanut butter, only. I usually like to have anywhere from 5 to 8. Why? Because what if? Now, does it have to be what if the grid shuts down? What if the zombies attack? What if terrorists attack? Oh my God. No. What if we have a blackout? You know what I'm saying? What if there's it could be a natural disaster? Like I know my mom. When Hurricane Sandy came by in New Jersey a couple years ago, was that 2011, 2012, whatever? By the way, F you, Ted Cruz. When Hurricane Sandy came, she was like everybody else. They were completely left in the dark. We're city folk. We don't know anything about surviving off the land in general. So when the lights went out and they said, the water is not going to come out of your tap right now, but in a couple of days, water will come out your tap, but it's non-potable. That means do not drink it. Even if you've got a filter, do not drink it. If you got one of those Brita water filters, do not drink it. You will get sick. All right, the reservoirs have overflown. There's huge debris. We've got to clean all that stuff out. We got to filter that stuff, and then we will tell you when it's safe to drink that water after you let it run for about 3 hours. That really happened. So my mom, my sister, my family, like they could not drink the water that was coming out the tap when it finally came out the tap. The lights didn't work. Now that one, the lights didn't work for a week. The water didn't get safe for about, was it only 2 weeks? I think it was longer than 2 weeks. They didn't have much of a backup, as far as water is concerned. So they had to rely on the National Guard. So all these people got into my mom's van, and they said, we're going to go and we're going to, go and pick up some water. The National Guard is coming to Long Branch, and they're going to come and they're going to, we're going to be okay. We're going to get some water. Well, it turns out it didn't matter how many people were in your car, how many different driver's licenses stating how many different addresses or whatnot. The National Guard didn't care. They said one packet of water, one case of water that's 24. I think it's 24. whatever, half liters, whatever the hell they are, of water per car. So that was a whole lot of waste. So then they had to come back, and they were giving out Pop-Tarts, and they were giving out the water, and you had to bring each one of your cars. So it just made it even more hectic, because now it was just more cars. So yeah, it was a huge mess, and I don't want to have to rely on anybody for that. The CDC, Center for Disease Control, not because of zombies, says that you should have 3 days worth of water in your home. That's 1 gallon. For anybody outside of America, that's 3.44 liters. Professor, how do you know all this stuff? Because I know all this stuff, and thank God I have a pretty good memory. But 3.44 liters, or 1 gallon per person in your household per day. That's what the CDC recommends. What do I recommend? 2 weeks of water. That's real talk, dude. Don't be silly, and make sure you understand that's just your. But like, if the water goes out? How do you flush the toilets? So where do you go to the bathroom? What do you do? Most people have no idea. If the lights went out, if the grid goes down, what do we do? Most people have no idea. But you got backup batteries in your house, right? But you don't have extra water. Seriously, think about this. Think about this. Any kind of dry goods that you can get that will last for a little bit, any of that stuff is really helpful, because if the grid does go down because of a storm or anything. In fact, if you hear about a storm coming, like a hurricane or a tornado or something like that coming, that's going to be like devastating, you're going to hear about it the same time that everybody else hears about it, which is the same time that everybody is going to do exactly what you're going to do, and that is go to the grocery store. But guess what? Everybody's going to be at the grocery store. You're going to run out of food, you're going to run out of water, you're going to run out of medicine, you're going to potentially run out of batteries. We have a whole lot of batteries in stores, so you'll probably be okay. But seriously, like, you could be completely, totally screwed if you wait until the last minute to get that stuff. Me, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you should definitely consider thinking about that. All right, let's get back over here. I better look into survival skills now. I don't mean to scare anybody, but seriously, like, yeah, if everybody knows how freaky you get. Here's something that's also kind of important. You have flashlights and spare batteries in your house, right? Good. Where are they right now? Close your eyes, because for most of us, that are watching this, I know most of my audience is in North America. It's dark outside, so if the lights go out, the lights are out. Do you have any emergency lights like those? Hey, thank you, 2nd Street Marvel. If you have, keep up the good work, Professor, he says. So if you have, what is it? The little night lights in your house that you plug them in, but if for some reason the lights go out, the electricity goes out, then a different light on that same thing will come on. I have one in my bathroom and one in my kitchen, just in case, because I want to be able to get to those places. In my hallway that goes down to outside my door, I've got a touch light. It's on my wall. I stuck it on my wall. It looks good. It's right next to the coat rack, the coat closet. So if I come walking down the hallway, I'll have my hand, even if I'm blind, I can't see because it's pitch black and it just went out. I'll walk down there and I'll feel it, and then right at the bottom there's a little finger sensor. I just run my fingers over it, and boom. 4 powerful LED lights come on. The whole hallway is illuminated from this one little thing, and it's battery operated. So boom, I got light there. Inside that closet, I know where all my flashlights are. I've also got some flashlights over here, because if you have flashlights in your house, that's great. Do you know where they are? Because I can, without looking, I know. Okay, unfortunately, I have my tomato plants here. I had to bring them in because is really bad out there. But over here, right down there, I've got an emergency lantern. I wonder if I could reach this damn thing. Oh, long arms, don't mess my tomato plants up. Anyway, right here. Just this stupid little thing. This stupid little thing right here, and look what happens. Oh, that is bright, right? So if I'm sitting in here and the lights go out, I reach behind me, boom, I know exactly where this is. Oh, and I forgot, I've also got this one here, just in case, that I can, boom. You know what I'm saying? And this one I could just hang it up someplace because it's got a hook. So, and I keep the hook out just for those kinds of situations. So, yeah, if the lights go out, I'm not stumbling around, tripping over my guitar and, whatever else, going, oh my God, what am I going to do? That's a good idea. I've got a butane, I've got one right up top, like as a just in case. But I've also got, for the sake of conversation, I've also got a little grill that works by charcoal. Yes, I have charcoal. More than that, if it runs out, it's such that I can actually go out and I can grab a whole bunch of. This is the type of anxiety I need at 2 a.m. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not trying to scare. This is like reading a magazine article in on the plane, where you all of a sudden start thinking, oh, let me look up this. Oh, somebody's talking about the bubonic plague, and by the time you get to the end of the article, I think I got the bubonic plague. I've got all the symptoms. Like it's not about that. This is literally just, you know what I'm saying? This is just chilling, man. 5, here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, so Sebastian, I guess you're in London or someplace in the London. You're actually in Greenwich Mean Time. You're in GMT time. Awesome. So, oh, guys, WrestleMania tomorrow night. Woohoo! I'm excited for that. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am for that. But anyway, yeah. So, oh, just really quick, yeah, the grill. So the grill, where am I going to, cook in the grill? Simple. My bathroom. In the bathroom, you've got the tub. The tub itself is fireproof. The tiles on your wall, they're fireproof, right? And that's on all the sides where the wall is, where the water goes, because they're not just waterproof, they're fireproof also, the porcelain tiles. The only problem is the ceiling, because that could get hot if you have that fire too hot. So you turn on the air vent that's in there. Hopefully you've got an air vent. I think everybody's got an air vent at this point. But on top of that, also consider getting a plastic tarp, or your shower curtain is really light, but you could potentially use that and just have that over top so that catches the smoke, the heat, and just conducts it out towards your vent. So yeah. Anyway, oh, sweet. Oh yes, I called it. I called London. So anyway, yeah, I just think about that stuff because yeah, when you're in the military, specifically the infantry. I don't know if anybody who is like a bricklayer or something like that. I don't know if you're in supply. I don't know if you necessarily think about that, but yeah, I like to think about stuff like that. So yeah, I just went off on a freaking prepper. Anyway, dude, you know what? Triple H does Chillmonger. Yeah, let's talk about some wrestling a little bit. Triple H, as a child on the floor, they taught us what to do in hurricanes. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, that is extremely important. Another important, sorry, just there's some problems that I do see with the modern world. Like, besides all the kids with their faces buried in their phones. We all know how to use GPS at this point. Okay, but what if the grid goes down? What if your battery dies? There's no place to plug it in. You know what I'm saying? First off, I've got battery backups for my stuff, and I've got one of those little solar, those handheld solar things, so that I can continue to recharge my battery unlimited. Though, by the way, those things are about $45 locally, so $45 Canadian, so cheaper in the U.S. Whatever. But yeah, consider getting those and the backups and whatnot. But if the grid actually does go down and the GPS doesn't work, hey, you know what you should do? Maybe consider learning how to use maps, learning how to use a compass. You don't have to learn how to like shoot an azimuth or anything like that, but definitely learn how to use a compass and a map so that you can actually align north with your map so that you can know where to go. Things like that are kind of important. There's a lot of people here I'm not used to seeing. What's up, everybody? Time to start a new channel about survival skills. Believe it or not, Yeto, I actually already started shooting some videos so that I can do that because it is summertime. Also, I'm thinking about doing a survival thing because living in Mississauga, which is part of the greater Toronto area, most kids here live in apartments or condos and they don't know how to use maps. They don't know how to use a compass, not really. They don't know how to start a fire. They don't. If I were to give them a lighter and say, go start a fire, you know, with sticks and whatnot, they actually wouldn't know how to do it. And I know a lot of people here are thinking, that's easy. Go out to your grill, go start a fire. Yeah, it's not that easy, especially even with the lighter fluid. People are like, oh yeah, and then it just went away. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? I can tell you what you're doing wrong. Yeah, man, it's not that easy. So yeah, I would love to be able to, you know, one of these, I'm hoping that by this summer I'm going to be able to do that. But if not, then by next summer I'm going to try and start a program where I can teach city kids how to actually survive in general, you know, out in the woods, or at least how to camp, because I think that'll be really fun. So Captain Marvel, you know what? I see some of the craziest freaking people in the world right on the internet, right here on my computer, because I don't look on my phone to see videos. I know a lot of people do. But just yelling and screaming about, oh, this movie's going to suck. I'm not going to watch it. I have no idea what it's going to be about. And they're just like, dude, are you, like, really? Why does this bother you so much? This is, hate to say it, but the idea of people freaking over that, that's the very definition of fragile masculinity. All right? That's just, it's about as silly gets. And anybody who says, but what about when women do that? That's called follower syndrome. That's called the good wife syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's no different than somebody meets me. I introduce myself to someone thinks, you know, oh, you know, hey, how you doing? Oh, what's going on? And we're hitting it off pretty well. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, what's your name? And I say, oh, my name's Bill. Wait a second. Are you the Bill that my best friend so and so doesn't like? Yeah, we don't really get along too well. Oh. Okay, and then walk away. It's like you're choosing your friends based on your friends as opposed to who you actually get along with. I thought most of us grew out of that. So that whole thing is just silly to me. That just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Yes, JD. Hey, JD, what's going on? Oh, dude, you just missed all. I don't know if you just got here. I was just doing all this survival stuff, all the survival talk, talking about the new knives I just got. You got to go check out the beginning of this video, man. But yes, we were also just talking about that. Issue number 47. I would do all the tourist places because it's worth doing. London Eye, Buckingham Palace, British Museum. Yes. Ooh, Sabah also didn't seem to tell you that you're not supposed to actually touch the royal guards at the Buckingham Palace because they will beat you. they will hit you in the shoulder, in the clavicle with a butt stroke because yeah, don't ever touch them. I don't know that from experience. I do, however, know that from people telling me that they've witnessed it. So, secondhand knowledge, but yeah. So, that's kind of important. What do you call it? You know, one of the ways that I've experienced so much of the world is the power of layovers. When I get like those, David Presley, when I get, you've never seen that happen, but have you heard of it happening? That's the important thing. What was it? Ah, crap. What was I just saying? Oh, yeah. When people see, oh, man, I got a layover, and it's like 4-hour layover. Crap. 7-hour layover. Crap. I try to make it at least 7 hours or more. 7 is the minimum for me. That's how I got to see the Eiffel Tower, because I actually went on a tour through the Mediterranean on a cruise liner. And I got to go to the south of France, amongst other places. So I got to see Marseille. I got to go into Monaco. Yeah, Monaco. You know, I got to see the tomb of Princess Grace. I got to see a whole bunch of really cool things. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get to go to actual Paris. One time when I had a layover from the Middle East over to Canada, I was just going to spend the summer in Canada. You know, this is before I actually moved here. I had a 7-hour layover. Actually, I had the choice of a layover. I saw when I was doing my bookings, it's like, ooh, the most I'll get is a 7-hour layover. According to the maps, I think I should be able to get a taxi and go to the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. Boom, right there, and actually drive through the streets of Paris. So that would be cool. And I did. I got to go there. I got to go up and touch the tower. I got to have a really cool conversation with a guy who was selling the trinkets of the Eiffel Tower. I bought a whole bunch of them. He gave me a bunch for free because I was his first customer. What do you call it? Yeah, man. Like, it was really cool. No hugging the palace guards. Got it, Bill. Suhan's awesome. Yeah, dude, layovers. Layovers are like some of the best ways to be able to see the world, you know, on a budget. It's like you're going there anyway, and then you're just going to pay for a taxi fee for the most part. You know, you just go and find one of those lockers, or you bring your bags with you. You know, like these guys can do that. So Bill's not Canadian. No, Taishana, I am not actually Canadian. I live in Canada. My wife is Canadian. I'm American. But I do have my landed papers. For anybody not familiar, that's my permanent residency, so it's like a green card for Canada. And I've got about another 2.5 years before I can apply for my citizenship, which I will. Yeah, it's just the waiting period. But anyway, yeah, my wife is Canadian. My kids obviously are Canadian, so they actually have the dual citizenship, so that's cool. No, I haven't read any Black Hammer because I would review the heck out of that because a lot of people saying cool things about Black Hammer. Sometimes I actually get yelled at for not reading Black Hammer. I did a road trip thing through Europe and it was the best thing ever. That's awesome. My little sister-in-law went backpacking, hiking throughout Europe, and I'm so freaking jealous. Bill is Canadian. We claim him. Yes, I will help you build the other wall, the northern wall, all right, to keep out those other Americans who are going to try and come up here once it starts getting even worse. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and we will build it with beer kegs. Granted, the beer kegs will be empty, but that's beside the point. I digress. So, heard a lot of people call the poor man's Alan Moore, though. Oh, Black Hammer. Yeto, I actually would have loved to see Domino working with Cyclops in his Uncanny team. Yeah, that could be fun. All of it could be fun. Anyway, yeah. So what is this? I really want to visit the Versailles Palace next. Versailles Palace. I don't think I've ever been there. Go figure. Excuse me. David Presley says, "Don't cut that beard." Okay, here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing with that. First off, yeah, let me go and see if anybody else has donated to the GoFundMe. Guys, I've got a GoFundMe. I'm actually going to put nobody else. Oh no! So 2 days, nobody has funded anything. Guys, please, please, please try and help out. This is an amazing, really good. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's one. This stupid thing is one character too long to actually post. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Oh, that is just ridiculous. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the H off of the beginning. Okay, boom. So that is the link, except you see it says TTPS. Yeah, it's actually HTTPS. So copy that, go to your web browser up on top, type H, and then Control V, and then post the whole thing in there. Yeah, guys, please, even if it's just a lousy $1, if you do $5, cool. $10, awesome. Somebody donated $100. I don't know that person by name, but holy crap, you are effing awesome. Let me actually mention the people who did this. So Steve Groeschel was the first person, $20. James Cover actually went and threw in $100. You are freaking awesome. And Kelvin, who is here all the time, he threw in another $5. So there's $125 of a $300 goal. Guys, all this is I am going to, since I got to 10,000, that was like my big thing. My hair is like, I love my hair, my long hair, because, you know, I'm part Native American and Cherokee tribe, if anybody questions. And although I have been accepted by a northern Canada tribe around Aurelia, that's cool, unceded peoples, what have you, anyway, but my hair is mostly Italian, so it does get a little greasy. It It does tangle a lot in the wind. It's naturally wavy, so it tangles like a mother fat head, and it is terrible in the wind. Just the slightest wind, and all of a sudden, boom. So when I go outside, I put a ponytail up on top, and I put another one down at the bottom so that it doesn't tangle too much. And I wear my my bandana and all that good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna cut my hair. All right, I'm gonna cut my hair. Carlos at Gotham Central, he knows this dude. Carlos knows just about everybody, and his assistant manager. Okay, I'm drawing a blank right now. I know her name, Joey. She knows even more. It seems like she knows even more people. But these guys know a lot of people. They know a guy who owns his own barbershop. Actually, I think he owns a chain of barbershops. Anyway, he's going to bring a chair into Gotham Central. I want you to listen to this now. He's going to bring a chair into Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles right here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And we're going to set it up, and I'm going to sit my butt down, put the little tarp over me, and he's going to give me a haircut. All right? I'm going to get a haircut. He's going to cut it off. Now, the locks, as it stands for, are going to go to what's called Cancer Kids. I've donated my hair twice before, not even when it got this long, when it got a little bit past shoulder length for me, to Locks of Love. That's a thing in America, where it's basically kids who have cancer. They went through chemo and they lost their hair, so they can make wigs for them. Here there's one called Cancer Kids, so I'm going to donate my hair to that. That's a regardless thing. But while I'm doing that, the Bloor Children's Hospital, which Bloor is one of the local hospitals around here. Carlos donates to it a lot. I love the charity myself. I've donated to it, not as much as him, but I try. I'm also newer here. Anyway, boom. I want to try and donate to these guys. Therefore, I just set a $300 goal, and that's 300 Canadian. So if you send like $5 American, that's like $8 Canadian. So that just brings it up that much faster. But yeah, $300 is my minimum goal. I would really like to be able to raise 1,000, but we'll see. None of the money goes to me. I take nothing out of the money. In fact, I did not set it up. Joey from Gotham Central set it up. She's the assistant manager there. She set it up for me because I didn't want my hands on any of it. She set it up so that it goes through PayPal, so that the money automatically goes directly to, it's through GoFundMe, but then it transfers directly to PayPal, and it goes directly to the hospital. So that $125 that's already been donated, guess what? That's already in the hands of the hospital. So there's no weight on that whatsoever. And this is for the children's wing of the hospital. So all the pediatrics, all the crazy stuff that's going on and whatnot, boom, it's for a really solid good cause. Legit, I get not one penny of that. Canada actually got rid of the penny. I don't know if it's just Ontario, but Canada in general. Several years ago, there are no more pennies in Canada. I know, go figure. All the money that we're saving, it's amazing. So it's, you know what, it's got to be Canada. It's got to be the federal government, because why would the local government do its own money? So that was a dumb thing to say on my part. Anyway, so yeah, Canada doesn't have pennies anymore. So not a single nickel goes towards me. None of it. It all goes straight there. So I would like to try and donate, build up as much as I can to donate for that. I'm hoping that one of these days I can go to the hospital and actually do a film there of the wing of the hospital. Maybe see a couple of the kids, whatever. Just, hi, what's up? Maybe I should actually go there with a couple of comic books. You know what? I'm going to go there with a couple of comic books for the kids. That's what I'm going to do. And this way I'll film all that good stuff, and then I can make a video of that just to try and get your hearts to bleed a little bit, and maybe, cough up like literally $1, $5, something like that. That's really all that I'm asking. That's really all I'm asking. Like the one guy donated 100. Wow, that blew me away. Did not expect that. I do not expect that again. I know that times are tight for everybody. So I get it. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I can do something like that. That would genuinely make me happy. So if it's a possibility, Silver Surfer had to buy Oz of AK-47, an Oz of an OZ of AK-47. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but an AK-47. Wow, what would it take for you to shave that beard? Okay, here's the thing. The beard is a wife thing. So my wife has never seen my chin, and she doesn't want to see my chin. That sounds weird, right? Aside from my army picture, which do I've got, you know what? It's behind my tomato plants, and I'm not going to keep on messing with my tomato plants. Anyway, yeah, back here is my my army. I've actually got my army ID still, but anyway, yeah, that's the last time that I've ever not had hair on my chinny chin chin. So she doesn't want it gone. She does not want anything. I just saw Yeto donated. You are awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Genuinely, thank you so much. Oh, an answer. Okay, I get it. A little bit of weed. Gotcha, man. What was that scene from what was that movie? Easy Rider. It's grass, man. What have you? Just been curious. If you don't know, it's okay. Oh, what happened to 1990s Soul comic books fall? Oh, I can get into that. Cody, remind me of that in a minute. I'll get into that. But oh, what the heck was I just saying? I'm all over the place now because like I'm wondering like, what the heck is the AK-47 thing? Huh. Well, I was talking about something. I guess it wasn't that important. Anyway, so yeah, yeah, stuff. Okay, so the 90s. Why did comic books fall in the 90s? Oh, chin hair. Yes, thank you. Wow, dude, you're awesome. Thank you, Cody. So, dude, freaking Cody, man. Yeah. Anyway, so she kind of doesn't want me to get rid of the beard. She kind of doesn't want me to get rid of the beard, and I'm actually okay with that because I mean it is what it is. You know, the beard doesn't bother me in the slightest. I always keep the mustache trimmed down, but the beard, like that, doesn't bug me in the slightest bit. Not at all. So we're good. What do you call it? But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she might say, and then again, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to say the cutesy wifey nicknames that she's given me, but what do you call it? She actually does kind of like the trimmed down beard. So you know what? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. Hold on a second. You know what? I think I got you. Ugh. Hey, babe. Oh. The picture of my beard and all that you liked, was that the one that's in the kitchen? Yeah, you have it up on the, or you had it up on the wall. Is that the one? Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the four of us. And so this is I think what she wants my beard to look like. So, yeah. Hold on, we shall see. I got my sliding glass door open, so I can't be too loud because the kids will wake up. So, anyway, what? Why isn't it there? What'd you do with it? Woman, that picture's been up there for like years. 2 years. I'm too loud. Okay, fine. Oh, we got a visitor. We got a visitor. The Bagel. I opened the door, and Bagel right away comes in. Hello. Hello, Bagel. Say hi. Hello, kitty, kitty. Do you guys hear her purr? Okay, I'm not going to my Facebook page. Could you close my door, please? Because the Bagel's on me. Thank you. Did you just say something bad about my mama? No, she didn't. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, can't find the picture. I don't know. That's really weird. So anyway, yeah, she might want it down. I know. I got my bagel. Bagel. Okay, so she's gonna come down here in my lap. Okay, I will. I'm wearing my jeans, Bagel. I can't put my legs too close together. Like, come on now. Anyhow, so yeah, guys, the beard might go. We'll see, but it's not going to go all the way down. We'll see. We'll have more streams with Bagel. Bagel University. That's what you guys want. Let's just be realistic here, okay? Anyway, so what have you? I wonder if I can open my windows without it being. Why is this? Oh wow, is it like frozen closed? There we go. And how about you? Okay, cool. Get a little bit of air coming in here, because, yeah. Okay, so, the X-Men. Not just the X-Men, excuse me. I saw Yeto was like, oh, yeah, best time for the X-Men was in the 90s. Wrong answer, Junior. It was in the 80s, okay? The 80s. But anyway, yeah, the 90s was an interesting year for comic books. All comic books went downhill big time. They, here's her tail. They, what happened? The 90s comic fall, yes. Personal opinion. Well, I understand you. I'm just messing with you. So, this kind of starts with DC, but not in a bad way. This was, for the most part, this was the fault of Marvel, 100%. With DC, they did what was considered the first variant cover ever with Man of Steel issue #1. I've actually got both covers. So they did the main cover and the variant cover. There's never really been a variant cover before that. It was the first time ever. So you had a choice of covers. So Marvel came along and was like, hey, well, that comic book sold twice as much. What if we were to start doing variant covers? And then they went and they got, what is it? The X-Men #1. The highest selling comic book in the history of the world. Why? Because they tricked the hell out of us. What were there, 4 covers or 5? I thought there was 4, but what the hell do I know? So there's all these covers, and we thought that they were all different issue #1s because we didn't understand what the hell was going on with it, you know? I wasn't really buying Superman at the time. There was the death of Superman, you know, that I was reading around that time, but anyway, so a whole bunch of people, this is something that kind of DC was partially at fault for, but it is what it is. They killed Superman, so everybody went out and bought that Death of Superman comic book. My mother, okay, mind you, not me, my mother went out and bought 5 copies of the regular cover, 5 copies of the sealed comic. I never opened those. It wasn't until years later that I found out what was actually inside of those, because there was no internet back then. There was no public internet in 1992, 1993, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, like, it sucked. It sucked. There was all these comic books out. We had multiples because we started hearing that, oh yeah, man, we can sell our comic books and we can get rich off of these comic books. The problem is those were comic books from back in the golden age or the silver age where there's not a whole lot of them left. And now with the overprinting of comic books, the only people who were getting rich were the comic book companies themselves. And mostly, that's Marvel, for the most part. That's Marvel that was doing that. So they went crazy with these covers and all these little gimmicks. You know, they had the lenticular... Now, the lenticular covers is a recent thing. I think that started with the button from DC. Marvel went and overdid it again. Anyway, they just started doing all these silly little freaking tricks and whatnot Marvel did, you know, with the foil covers and the raised covers and the this cover and the that cover. You might as well have had a freaking, the cover is on fire, you know, get a pair of asbestos gloves, or get the asbestos comic book to grab the asbestos, you know, or the fire cover and buy them both in a pack. And like, dude, what the hell are you doing to us? So we started spending way too much money, and we were kids, so we've got the patience of, well, a fish stick with a squirt of tartar sauce on the side. And like, you know, 10 minutes later, it's like, well, did the comic book go up in value? No, because they saturated the market. So that was a huge bad thing. There was no internet. Shut up. You didn't have no internet in 1994. Anyway. What do you call it? Fire cover. So, and there was a bunch of other, make no mistake, there was a bunch of other things also. They started doing all these weird comic books like NFL Superstar, whatever the hell he was called, because there was like, you know, like, go up and look it up. NFL Pro, I think he was called. There was Sleepwalker, there was Darkhawk, which those were actually fairly decent comic books, but they just started throwing all these new characters at us that didn't mean anything. Just trying to make something else that's going to land. And they were all these issue #1s. So, of course, we're all buying them. It's like, ooh, an issue 1! And you see that Marvel is doing a lot of that all the time right now still, right? So, shut up, Siri. Stop paying attention to what I'm saying. I swear I'll knock you out. You'll wake up someplace. You'll wake up someplace. Stop recording what I say. Good night, Siri. So anyway, um, hate Siri, government spy. So all these just stupid things going on. Comic books weren't making a whole lot of money, and DC unfortunately went under first. Marvel was doing all the stupid little gimmicky stuff, and DC went under first. DC offered to sell itself to Marvel. I want you to think about what I just said, because this is real talk. This really happened. And if anybody doesn't know this, DC put up a bid to Marvel and said, listen, we're just going to go under. Like, we instead of us going under, we'd like to, you're doing all these cool things, you're making some money, so we'd like to sell the comic books to you. I was picking up Chica's Online by 95, son. Okay, you know what? We're going to be talking on Monday, and we'll find out more about that. Anyway, so yeah, man, they butchered comic books so much that DC offered to sell itself to Marvel, and Marvel's thinking, we're not going to use all their characters, but we'd like to use Batman, that's for sure. We'd like to use Superman, that would be really awesome. And then they stopped and they started thinking about it, like, you know what? No, they had too much respect, and that's one thing about Marvel. They have always had maximum respect for DC comic books, always. Yeah, they'd play their little games and tricks, whatever, blah, 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 but they always respected them, So they said, no, you're going to be okay. I think it was like 2 years later, 3 years later, 1996, 97, Marvel actually filed for bankruptcy. I think it was a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's why they got to keep their business, but they stopped paying their debts. They filed for bankruptcy. Marvel actually went bankrupt. That is actually the reason why. And there's a lot of reasons for this. They started saying that their characters sold, and they don't care about the writers. They don't care about the artists. It doesn't matter. One of the things that was actually said was Spider-Man will sell himself. Spider-Man sells himself. It doesn't matter who your artist is. It doesn't matter who your writer is. Spider-Man sells himself. Things like that. That was pretty dumb, don't you think? So, yeah, that all happened. I love you too, Bagel. Relax. I'm petting you. Sheesh. So, what was it? Okay. Anyway, it was just annoying. It was really effing annoying. And that's when Marvel decided they're going to have to start saving a little bit of money, start making some new money. They decided to sell the movie rights for their characters. They went to Sony, and of course we know that Sony bought Spider-Man. I forget what the price was. I forget exactly what the price was, but they sold them Spider-Man. Well, they went and they told them, they said, listen, here's the deal. For only an extra, I think, $4 million, maybe it was more, maybe it was less, for an extra like $4 million or so, we'll actually sell you the rights, the movie rights, to all of our characters. Think about that. The guy went back, talked to the guys at Sony. They came back. That guy came back and said, yeah, they told me that all your other characters are s.h.i.e.l.d. They're all shit. So, wow. When you think about the trouble that Marvel's having with Spider-Man, imagine if that was with all of their characters. There would be no MCU. Nothing. Nothing. All of these characters would be owned by Sony. And that means Avi Arad would be in charge of all these characters. God, just kill me now. Like, wow. So, but selling Spider-Man and then selling off some of their other movie rights, like Blade, the first really excellent seller, the first amazing Marvel movie or comic book movie from Marvel, because all the other Marvel movies stunk. You know what I'm saying? The Batman movies were all always good. The Richard Donner's Superman movies were great. The Richard Pryor one was pretty okay, but for its own reasons. And nobody talks about Nuclear Man. Just stop that right now. But yeah, comic book movies weren't really that big unless it was Batman. They really just didn't do well, right? So think about Superman Returns. Didn't do very well. The Spider-Man movies sucked. The Captain America, all of the Captain America movies sucked. the Roger Corman Fantastic Four was actually the best of the Marvel movies, and that never even made it to actual VHS until recently. I remember when I was a kid. I was just a little kid, and I was like 16, I think. And some kids were telling me, because you had to keep it a secret that you were a comic book fan back when I was a kid. Even though like I was a pretty popular kid, and everybody knew that Bill knew how to fight. Bill was really good at fight. Don't mess with Bill. Like you want to mess with Bill, bring some friends, bring some weapons, pack a lunch. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause Bill's got friends. He's like, just no, don't mess with Bill. That was like one of the big things. Even that being the case, I did not feel confident enough to tell people that I was a comic book fan. You know what I'm saying? Like back when I was a kid. No, that was terrible. I graduated in 1993. Graduated high school in 1993. Immediately went into the Army. Actually signed up while I was still in high school. Immediately went into the Army. But I was almost terrified to tell people that I was into comic books because it was not a popular thing at all. See you later, Yeto. Thanks for the donation, dude. I'm going to check that out in about a hot minute. So, when they did this, what was I just saying? So somebody goes and tells me, hey man, did you hear there's a Fantastic Four movie? I'm like, no, if there's a Fantastic Four movie, I would have, oh, you're staying. Okay, cool. Oh, somebody's leaving. So, whoever's leaving, goodbye. Love, peace, and hair grease. God bless. Somebody went and told me that this movie's out. I'm like, this is not a possibility. I would have heard about it. This guy says, you're hearing about it right now. I'm like, dude, I'm in Blockbuster. Or actually, no, there was no Blockbuster at the time. I know, it sounds weird, right? Like, I'm in the video store all the time. There's there was a Blockbuster. No, there was no Blockbuster. There was no Blockbuster at the time. Anyway, there was a, mom and pop video store right up in front of where I lived. Like, I'm there all the time. No, that's not possible. That is not possible. No. So the guy's like, dude, I'm telling you, you can only find it at flea markets. Okay, fine. Not too far away from me is the Collingswood Flea Market, and not too far after that is, I think in the opposite direction, was Englishtown Flea Market. My mom likes flea markets. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So we went down, and I went to, I swear to God, in both these places, during the course of this weekend, I went to every single place that sells videotapes. Because they're saying it's bootleg. I'm like, all right, I'm going to find out. There was none. Nobody had it. So I went and saw the guy on Monday or Tuesday or whatever it was. And the guy's like, oh, no, dude, not at one of those. Those are the big ones. You got to go to the Route 18 flea market. Like, there's no such thing as the Route 18 flea market. He's like, no, there is. I'm like, this dude, I swear to God, I'm going to whoop this kid's butt. Dude, I'm so mad at this guy right now. I was like, listen, man, I'm going to go home and I'm going to ask about this. I'm going to ask my folks about this. If you are lying, dude, I'm serious. I'm coming back. If you're like messing with me, if this is like an April Fool's Day joke or something like that, I swear to God, I'm going to beat you into the freaking ground. And he's like, I'm serious, man. I'm like, all right, fine. So I go home and I ask my mom, like, Mom, is there a freaking Route 18 flea market? She's like, oh yeah, I like that flea market. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, first off, you just saved a life. Two, what are you talking about? She's like, oh yeah, when I was a kid, back when your dad and I first got married. I'm like, oh my God, this thing is that old? Jesus. Is there still asbestos in the walls? What the frick? Anyway, so she says, yeah, I used to go down there and buy hangers. Like, wait, what? What's going on now? It's like, I used to buy hangers for $1. Like, hangers? You mean like coat hangers? You put them in the closet and you hang clothes on them? She's like, yeah, hangers. I'm like, what was so special about the hangers there that you couldn't go to like Caldor or Kmart for? Yeah, I'm old. I bet you most of you guys have never even heard of a Caldor before, right? That's where I got all my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys when I was a kid. Anyway, so so yeah, through all of that, my mom's like, yes, I don't even know if it still exists. I don't know why it wouldn't though. Yeah, we can go up there and we can go and check it out. I'm like, you're kidding me. All right, let's do it. So we go. We went that night, that Monday night. I go, and I'm looking all over the place. I finally found the guy. No, this is real talk. You guys are sitting here like, like this is like, dude, this is like an Easter egg hunt. No, far harder than an Easter egg hunt. This is comic book devotee right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, Bagel just jumped down so I can actually get up. Oh God, my leg hurts. Damn, cat, you starting to get heavy. Anyway, she just turned 9 on April Fool's Day. No, that's real talk though. She just turned 9 years old. So anyway, you're the one who talked to me about Red Hood. So I finally went and I got this comic book, or I went and I finally found the guy. I was like, dude, please, how much you selling it for? He's like, I'll sell it to you for $5, but I don't actually have any. I was like, wait, well, hold on, what? He's like, yeah, I have to copy them. I have to copy some more. I'm like, well, could you do that now? And he's just looking at me. I was like, well, dude, I'll walk around the mall if you got it now. Like, if you got the master or whatever, like, just do it now. I'll walk around the mall for an hour. Just copy the thing for me. Come on, man. He's like, I don't have any to do that right now. Oh, thank you, Corey. So I'm just like, when do you think you'll have some more? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, fine. So I went back the following weekend. Yes, the kid lived. And the guy finally had it. The guy finally had a copy for me. Cheap, stupid little, regular old VHS cover for it. I took it home and I plugged it in. And I swear to God, it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, the thing looks like crap. He's shorter now than he was when he was Ben Grimm. Don't care, though, because aside from that, this is the great. Like, they put some serious work into this. Roger Corman kicked some serious. The kid lived. This was like at the time. This was the greatest Fantastic Four movie that was ever made. Here's the funny thing about it. I promise you, if you watch it, it is so true to comic book legends and lore and the costumes. You're going to say it was better than the two Fantastic Four movies, the regular Fantastic Four and the Rise of the Silver Surfer, and even further, it was way better than the Fan Four Stick. Yeah, the Roger Corman film was amazing, and I thought to myself, I can die now. Can you imagine if I would have died and I wouldn't have experienced the MCU? Like, these are things I think about once in a while. So every time that we say, I can die now, don't say it, because you don't know what you're actually missing. So, dude, like, this is what I'm talking about, though. This is what I'm talking about. This is what it meant to be a comic book fan back then. That's how much we cared. That's how much we loved these things. Why did this thing not even make it to video? Because when they bought the rights to this, they had to keep the you had to make one every like 5 years or so, otherwise the rights instantly reverted back to Marvel. And there was no way that these guys were going to do something like that. Sabah, I believe that you can watch it. Look up Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I'm pretty sure you can watch it on YouTube. I think they just made it available recently, like within the past 2 months or so. Oh, yes, Yeto, there was a Gen X film, and I know for a fact that you can watch that on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube like 5-6 years ago or something like that. Also, the Doctor Strange one, which was definitely made for its time, the psychedelic stuff, but it actually wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't that bad at all. That I actually had it on physical DVD, like they actually released that on DVD. But there's a whole bunch of stuff, dude. Y'all should just go and start checking this stuff out. There's a lot of movies that were made back in the day. What's the only Marvel movie if anybody is familiar with Sean Isaacs, what's he writing now? He's doing he works for Marvel. He just did one of the issues of No Surrender, the Avengers. He was recently doing before it transferred to reverted back to issue number 1. He was writing the Champions with Jim Zub. Anyway, I was making jokes with him on Twitter a couple months ago, whatever it was. How what do you call it? What's the only Marvel movie that showed nudity in it? And he guessed it. He's like, easy, Swamp Thing. I was like, bang, you got it, dude. Man Thing. Yeah, there was a Man Thing, but by Man Thing, I got my Man Thing figure up here, right? Boom, there. There was a Man Thing movie made, and right in the beginning of the movie, there's a nudie scene. You want to go, Bagel? Okay, let me open the door for you. Go ahead, kitty. Okay, I'm not going with you. You're either going or you're not. Okay, I'm going to give you a little tap. There you go. I love you too. Bye-bye. No, there's no coming back in, Bagel. You have made your decision. Decisions have been made. Okay. Now, so anyway, yeah, Man-Thing. No, they've done a lot of Swamp Thing movies. Just I don't think there was any nudity in it. Okay, that's true. Howard the Duck had duck hooters in it. Okay, I'll give you that, Cody. That was actually a good call. Good call. Anyway, yeah, man, there's been a lot of Marvel character movies that have come out. A lot of comic book character movies that have come out. Yeah, but the whole thing was just a mess. It was a huge freaking mess. Nice one, Alex Samuel. So, yeah, that's the reason why Marvel, excuse me, all the comic books just went down. They were oversold with gimmicks, trying to make way too much money. Instead of just allowing for a steady stream of income, they wanted to try and capitalize and make a whole bunch, and it just wasn't sustainable. And they absolutely paid the price for it. Oh, you just got nice one. Yeah, it is. It's interesting, and I don't think it was completely out of character. The Man-Thing. I think it was pretty in character. So yeah, lots of reasons for the comic book industry failing, and unfortunately, I see a lot of that stuff now. I know that the comic skaters like to talk about all the SJW stuff and blah 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 blah. Yes, there was, Cody, an old Punisher movie in the it was actually 1989 it came out and starred, who was the first Punisher in the Marvel Universe? Dolph Lundgren. Go check that out. It annoyed me because there was no skull. There was a skull on the stilettos that he used, the daggers that he used. But yeah, what year did the Fantastic Four film come out in? I have no clue. Sometime in the in the very early 90s or late 80s, because I know it took forever for me to find that out. But anyway, yeah, I remember watching that Fantastic Four. Oh, I remember watching the old Captain America movies too. Yes, there were several Captain America movies. The first two were with Rob Brown or Reb Brown. Reb Brown, I think his name is. Rob Brown was a conspiracy theorist who died in a helicopter accident with a whole bunch of other conspiracy theorists. Coincidence? I think not. Anyhow, I don't know that crap. So, 1994, that's when it came out? No, that had to have come out before that. The Roger Corman I'm going to look this up right now. Mother fat heads. I'm going to look this up right now. Fantastic Four, Roger Corman. Boom. This came out in, holy crap, May 31st, 1994. Okay, that's really weird. Never mind. What the hell do I know? I don't know nothing. See, I'm just some jackass on YouTube. I say it all the time. So anyway, yeah, that's what it says on there. I know it had to have come out before that, though, because, oh, thank you very much. I know it had to have come out before that, because, like I said, I graduated high school in 1993. So, yeah, I heard about it then. So, I didn't get my hands on it until after, but, yeah, I know that existed. That existed beforehand. So, what's this? Professor in DC 1000, what do you think of the Detectives Guild concept? The Scott Snyder story. I liked it, except it was kind of weird. If he's supposed to be the greatest detective, why did it take him so long to figure that stuff out? Like, I'm okay with, I know some people are going to be bothered by this, but I'm okay with the Hawk family getting there before Batman. Years before Batman is kind of weird, but I guess it's just a shared memory thing. I can understand the Question possibly getting there first also, because he's so freaking anal with that stuff. But like Detective Chimp, and maybe this is just my anti-apatism thing, but yeah, I just don't, like, some of these guys, I just didn't see them getting there before Batman. That just doesn't make sense. World's greatest detective, okay? It's not just a title. Excuse me, so that's really freaking weird. Anyway, yeah. Bow. Yeah, that had to have been earlier, Cody. Had to have been. The puzzle was at the level of their intellect. Oh, they were each different ones. Well, even if you say it was proportional, it's like, still, like, why did it take them so long? It doesn't make sense to me. There's got to be a more formal term for your anti-apatism thing. Yeah, but anti-apatism sounds funny. And Detective Chimp has grown on me. I actually really like Detective Chimp. Still don't want to see nothing about no freaking Hit Monkey, though. Anyway, so what else we got here? What time is it? Holy crap, I've been talking to you guys for an hour and a half. Yo, listen, I like you guys, but I mean, come on. I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, let me check out what the fundraiser did now that I'm actually here. Does this thing actually do it no, it does not do it in real time, so I move over. Oh, shoot, just went up. Went from 125 to 188. Guys, this is real talk. I love you guys. I love you guys. So, you know what? Let's get right into this. We got Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous, for the 13 bucks. Cody, thank you for the 5. Genuinely appreciate it from my heart. Another Anonymous, $25. You are also awesome, Anonymous. $20 from Suan. Thank you so much. You are freaking awesome. You are an awesome admin. Nice. So, boom shakalaka, 188 out of a $300 goal. So that's $112 we're away from. Okay, I'm feeling better that this will actually happen. Once that reaches 300, I'm going to go get the haircut. I'm going to do it in Gotham Central. You guys can come live and check it out. I don't know what day it's going to be on. I don't know what time it's going to be on, but I will arrange all that stuff. I will film that stuff, and then I will actually put that video up on YouTube. So, and anybody who wants to do a super chat during that particular time, I will also, YouTube takes out 33% of that, which, yeah, so if you donate $9, they take 3 of it. Yeah, it's really bad. YouTube's something else. But anyway, anything you donate there, I'll just, honestly, I'll just match it. If you send $10, I'll put in $10 to the thing. So, the $3 or whatever, the 33% that YouTube takes, I'll just eat that, and I'll just go donate that thing also, because, yeah, it's a really good cause, and I'd like to be able to do something like that once a year. Anyway, yes, so that's going to be it. An elongated man still in reverse in the form. Anyway, yes, so I will see you guys later. This was a very fun podcast. I got to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to jet. I should probably eat something. Not particularly hungry, though. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to spend some time with my wife, and then I'm out. So take care. God bless everyone. How do we even donate? I'm new to all this. Oh, scroll up. And actually, no, right here. Let me, I'll do this one more time really quick. So right here, that is the link. Except you'll notice that the HTTPS, the H is missing. So type H in your bar up on top, your menu bar, and then boom, just put the rest of that in there, like the copy and paste and all that stuff. Go there, and then you'll be able to donate something, anything, and it'll go straight to the kids, like immediately, that second. All right, guys. Love, peace, and hair grease. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.